Hey everyone, rideshare reseller Mike here, and we are out hunting for more free stuff to sell on eBay. So I'm off to go pick up a Cyclops, which is basically for a stationary bike. You can use your bike to ride. A lot of people are looking for stuff like that today because they aren't riding much outside maybe. So free. So we'll go pick it up and then we'll show you what it looks like and potentially what we can get for it. So I'll be right back. We'll take a look at what it is. See you soon. All right guys, here it is. It's the Cyclops, like I said, and basically the way it works is the bike wheel goes up between there, then the wheel hits on here, and you start riding your bike. That's how it goes. And I picked this up for free, and I'll put some of the comps I think that I'll get for it. I think I'll get between easy 75 and 100 bucks for this guy. Again, a little free item. Hey everyone, it's the rideshare reseller Mike, and we have 20 items going out today, but we're going to split the video into two. We're going to do about 8 and probably about 8 on the other video. I feel 20 is way too long, so I'll go over 8 right now and then make another video, and that'll be like part 2. All right, it's been busy. I'm really still surprised, selling quite a bit of stuff, a lot more smalls. I did sell my first piece out of the Geo Track, so that was kind of exciting because that took some time to figure out all those pieces and put them together. I did pick up some more free stuff recently. I think I'm going to attach this to this video or the next video, the free CDs that I picked up, 250 of them. So I've got those, and it's been just a lot of fun right now. Still keeping busy. Wish the stores were open. That would help a lot. And we'll see what happens in the next month. Golf course is open tomorrow. You know where I'll be. All right, let's get started. All right, up first, here we go. Remote control Corvette Stingray from Radio Shack. I had this a little while, but it was cool, and it finally sold for $46.71 with 17 bucks shipping. So nice little find on that one. Something out of one of my free ones that I picked up off of a street here, Emperor's New Groove. I bundled a bunch of other ones, but this one, you know, went for $7.75 free shipping, so $2.80. I made $5. Would you pick $5 off the ground? Yeah, you would. So again, these are pretty much no-brainers. You pick this kind of stuff up, especially if it's 50 cents a quarter, that kind of thing. They do sell. I know Commonwealth Picker, Kevin, he does a lot of this stuff, and he's really, really good at it. There's a lot of other guys that do it too, but I always point back to Kevin because, you know, he's a really versatile picker that does a lot of this. So thanks for Kevin for kind of giving me the tips on that and letting me say, hey, do it. Don't pass them up. All right, next up, this was a Savers find. I believe it was $2.99. Again, we talk about it all the time, old software. Even though this is QuickBooks Pro 2007, 13 years old, it still has some value to some people. You can still use it for your bookkeeping. If you're just manually doing your bookkeeping and you need a system, this is it. This stuff can be pretty expensive brand new. Believe it or not, I got $35.95 and $8.95 shipping. So always, again, keep an eye out for this stuff right here. All right, let's go down here. Next up, I'm not a big game board person. There's a lot of game boards out there that are really good games, and this one I found. This is probably one of the top finds. Is like Heroescape. So anything Heroescape is generally pretty good. This box is a little bit, you know, beat up, a little tattered. I don't know if all the pieces were in there. I basically put it as maybe, maybe not. I just don't know. There's no real instructions in there to show me every piece, and I'm not going to go look at 150 pieces to see if it's there. So, but it's still sold. And this one sold for, I believe it was 60 $64.95 and like $14.95 shipping. So, and it's going to California, so that's even better. I've noticed, one thing I've noticed about games, at least I have on my games, a lot of games are being shipped to California. California, a lot of the lockdown states that know that they're going to be another 30-day lockdown or whatever, so they keep buying games because they're stuck. So they're looking for things to do. You know, I don't know if it's that way across the board, but games in general are popular. But I've been shipping a lot of my games that I've sold within California, and I think that's due to, hey, we're just locked down until the end of May and maybe further. So that's what I think is going on there. All right. We've talked about stuff like this, parting out vacuum cleaners, steam cleaners. This is a Hoover steam cleaner. This is one of the water reservoirs, and I got $21.95 and $12.95 shipping. So don't be afraid to pick up stuff like that. Older vacuums, that was another one. I keep getting back to Commonwealth Picker. He was the one I learned that from. Some of these old canister vacuums, you pick those up, and there's 4 or 5 things you can part out on that. You pick them, people don't want them. They pretty much want to give them away sometimes, $5, $10, and you can part it out and make $100, $150 on parts. All right, let's see. Oh, we've got my free album collection that I received about just a week and a half ago or so. I have probably sold $300 worth of albums so far. $300 off that free collection. So here's a couple more. This is Depeche Mode in 1988, and this one sold for $31.95 and free shipping. So she gave me basically $30 to come pick up one album when I got $75. Now, something also I've learned about albums recently is back in the 60s, 70s, you've got a lot of albums back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That was when albums were popular, so they had to print a lot of albums continually, millions of them. So some of the records you think, oh wow, this is a really cool Robin Trower, or really cool Pat Travers, or some band like the Eagles. Well, they printed millions of them, so they're not nearly as valuable as, let's say, now you get into the mid 80s, the 90s, and the reason that these go for more money is they're not as many out there. They didn't print these because CDs came along. Once CDs came along, slowly they phased out albums, so there were not as many. So you can get more money, I have found, on albums in the mid 80s, the 90s for sure, and that's what I'm finding here. Most of these albums she had was the late 80s and the mid 90s, and they are doing really well. So $32 for that album. And I'll give you a classic example here. This is one of the bands I used to listen to, which is Rat. And Rat was a metal band, kind of a hair band back in the day. I got $17.95, I think, off of this one. $17.95, and it falls into that category. A lot of times you get $5, $6 for an album, but this one gets $17.95. It does have the shrink wrap, but it's not as prevalent in the marketplace. There's just not as many. And also, this one has the plastic on it. She left a lot of them like this with the plastic on it, so the cover is almost nearly mint. And I've got so many more in there. It's going to be interesting. I've got a couple up right now. I've got one up for $100 and one up for $80, and I'm just going to sit on them because they will sell. All right, let's see what else we got. I think I got one more item. It's the big guy on this video. I'm going to pick it up anyhow, all right? I'm going to give you a quick show. There it is. Remember that? It's from the free video. If you saw my free video of stuff I went and picked up, I picked up this subwoofer, and it had a remote control. It's on top. And Kenwood, I'm going to muscle it for you. And I didn't pay anything. Remember, I picked it up for free. That's right. I didn't pay anything. That was a pickup for free with a stereo and 2 speakers, which I got rid of. This guy here sold for $64.95 and $59 shipping to somebody in Alabama, I believe. So what I did here was I put it at like $119, and I knew I was not going to get $119. I was playing a game to see if it would come down to around half. And I got $64.95, and the shipping is, I already know what the shipping is going to be. Shipping is going to be right around $49, $59. I'm going to make $75 off of this free item. So another really tremendous find. I love finding the free stuff. And that's it for this video, guys. I mean, I've got all that stuff that I got sold, and about another 9 or 10 that I'm going to show in the next video. And I really do appreciate you guys watching. So hey, have a great day. Talk to you soon.